So you started your business, you've been at it a minute, and it's hustle, 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 and you're not seeing the result that you want to see. You're not getting the clients that you want to get, and sometimes you're not getting the quality of clients, and you feel like you're invisible. Nobody sees you. You're shouting in the middle of the desert and nobody's paying attention, then this video is going to be for you. This is Biz with Tanya, brought to you by Wiz Digital Academy, a show for business athletes and online bosses who are ready to take up. So if you don't know who I am, this is your first time. I'm Tanya. I'm a business coach and marketing strategist, and I work with SMBs and consultants, independent consultants, to amplify their marketing message so they can attract premium high paying clients and opportunities on social media and the internet. Now that we got that out of the way, today's video, as you can see, I'm filming on Zoom. My lighting be giving me issues, so bear with me. But it's a video that I actually did not mean to film, but it's because of something that happened over on LinkedIn that actually decided to film this video. So you will be seeing on your screen, I'm going to share a post that I made on, I believe, on one of the regular posts that I made, and I made this post in the Life Coach Hub community on LinkedIn. And I will now also be sharing a reply that I got, and I did respond to this, but I actually wanted to elaborate a lot further on this question because it was followed up by another question, and I thought that if this gentleman, which obviously I'm not sharing this information, had this issue, I feel that a lot more people would have the same issue. Now, I know that you like, okay, these are for coaches. No, it's not only for coaches. If you run an agency, you are a freelancer, you offer professional services such as accounting, bookkeeping, legal services. You are a copywriter. You are a coach. You are a consultant, and even if you have a small team, this is going to be worth paying attention to. This is important because whatever business that you are launching, you want clients, and this is more about client acquisition. Of course, I am going to be speaking to the specific problem that is shared. However, you can extrapolate the advice that I am giving you and apply it to your own specific case. So I'm just going to read the message, the question for those that will be listening to it on the podcast platform. So the question from this coach is, I'm just starting out as an adolescent life coach tutor and already got a couple of leads. One is New View Concept. They will train me to get certified and promote me. They train them, market you as an independent contractor. There's another called Connected that will market me to my immediate areas through LinkedIn. They use an algorithm to target my audience, which happens to be parents that make $80K a year. So many questions though. How much do I charge? What are my services? What should the expectation be? If only there was one place, a message board dedicated to the fresh fish. I'm ambitious and passionate about what I do. So I've heard of Connected. Obviously, because I do a lot of B2B servicing, so I've heard of Connected as a platform. I believe it's a software that helps people with client acquisition, lead generation. So let me just quickly read. I'm going to share, for those on YouTube, I'm going to share what I replied to him, and I'm going to elaborate on this. I've heard of Connected on a podcast. I often listen to I'm happy you are starting out, especially in those formative years. Support is needed. I'm glad you are targeting the parents. The first key to this is identify what is the problem the parents and kids are facing that you will help them navigate. You are in a lucrative niche, which is because it's the end market, because that is the relationship. Remember, if you know anything that I teach, you will know that as there are literally only three markets: health, wealth, and relationships. And we all in a capacity operate in these markets. For me, for example, I operate in the wealth, business to business. Why do people create businesses? They want to serve people and they want to make money. If you're a fitness coach, you operate in the health market. What do people want? They want to be healthy. They want to look good. If you are an attorney, for example, a divorce lawyer, you operate in the relationship. You see what I mean? So we all operating in these markets, irrespective of what we do and what we offer. A bookkeeper, you are in the wealth market. You help people manage their money. A financial planner, you're in the wealth market. A sales coach, you're in the or sales consultant, you're in the wealth market. Nutritionist, health. Doctors, health. Lawyers, relationships. Some of them, if you're a commercial lawyer, of course, you now operate in the wealth market. So it is important that you always distinguish which market you are operating in, because that actually shapes the messaging that you have to put out in the market. So now my thing is, because as a parent to a teenager, I'm a single parent to a teenager, a new teenager, and like many parents, we have no ways. Nobody told us how to be parents. So you are figuring out as you go. And one of the things that I often feel is that I'm not understanding, because first of all, I have a boy, which is completely different to me. So that is something that a lot of parents, especially if you're a single parent, struggle with. If it's also you have a child that is from the different gender. So I share that I often feel I'm sharing from the perspective of the client. If I was a client. So one of the things that I actually shared with him is to not fall. Please do not charge a hourly rate. It's bad. It's a bad trap. Create a package that focuses on the outcome the client wants to achieve. For example, a lot of parents feel that they don't know how to communicate with their teenagers, which causes friction. So let's say you help with that. Your offer could be about learn to communicate with your teenagers without screaming matches and slam doors. Tie the negative experience they want to avoid to a better outcome. And then I went on to share some guidelines on charging as a coach. At minimum, create a 3 to 6 months offer, 6 months being at least 5K. Offer when you charge in full, pay in full, PIF options, at least 2,000 or 2,000 Rand for 3 months, and maybe $750 per month if it's a payment plan. Now, these are some guidelines. Now, the reason why I wanted to speak about it, and then I will elaborate on these next question, is the part about offer. Now, the one thing, because I'm constantly reviewing and auditing marketing for businesses, and this is across the board. Consulting companies, tech companies, fintech companies, SaaS companies, creative businesses. I have seen this and I've followed this thread across the board. And it is about offer. There is a huge misconception when you speak about offers, people think services. Now, let me give you an example. I'm going to give you my own example. I'm a marketing strategist. Simply said, I'm a consultant. And I also offer coaching services, right? So those are my services. That is not my offer. Now, when somebody is interested in an offer, for example, I have an offer called, this is for coaching, Easy Sales Blueprint, which is my top program where we teach you how to create messaging so you stand out in the market and attract premium high quality clients on autopilot without paying ads. That is my offer. Because what I do is for people that are interested in getting more clients and interested in standing out in the market so they can attract clients without spending on ads, and they want something that will be leveraged. That is an offer. It is not a service. The service is coaching. I'm going to coach you. I'm going to train you. But that is not the offer. So it is important that as coaches, consultants, as businesses, we get clear on this particular thing. For example, when we go into consulting space, I have an offer which is concierge services. It is for coaches, consultants, and course creators that are looking to host an event, virtual event, and want somebody to take over lead generation, appointment setting, writing the copy for the presentation, and helping them manage helping them during the event, ensure that the presentation is interesting and engaging and keeps the attention of the attendees. So they're looking to not do the hard work, but they want a standout event. Same thing with takeover marketing. This is for companies that are usually quite established, because this is like a premium service, that it is for companies that do not want to have to deal with different contractors and don't want to hire somebody internally to head their marketing, and we take over that aspect of the business. So we create the strategy and we implement the strategy for the client. So that is the offer. But what is the service? Consulting. What is the service? Coaching. But it is not, when I'm asked, what do you do? What can you offer me? I do not refer to, I'm doing digital marketing for you. I'm doing social marketing for you. Social media marketing for you. No, those are services, those are features of the offer. It does not mean that that is the offer. So get clear on that. This is why when I shared with him how to approach putting it together, is to think about the negative feeling that the clients, the parents will be feeling, and then tie that to the benefit of working with him. This is what gets you to sell any service. Now, let's move on to the next. So now, before I actually address the next question, if you are thinking, oh my gosh, Dan, this makes so much sense. Now, how to attract this type of client, the premium clients, because that is usually what people ask me for. Check out the description box. Even if you are listening, there will be a link to one of my free courses, which is Land Premium Clients in 30 days. And it's a short course. And also there's a case study of a previous client that will give you insight on what it takes to land premium clients. And that is also for those that offer B2C, because I've told clients in the B2C space that you can go for the premium clients for enterprise businesses, SMBs, but you need to speak to them. So if you're interested in knowing more about that, check out the description box. Also, if you would like for me to possibly look at your business or my team to look at your business and see how we could work together, and you're looking for a lot more support, whether it is done for you or a lot more support with training and coaching, so you can do a lot more when it comes to getting more business opportunities and getting more clients, check out the description box. There will be a link to book a consultation with myself or my team so that we can take a look at your business and then see how we could possibly support you or recommend another way that you could probably get the results if we cannot work together presently at the time. So let's do that. Now let's get back into this video. So I'll share this as well. So he replied to my reply and said, at this point, I have a year of questionable experience as an adolescent life coach, and now I'm broke. He's been trapped by what a lot of coaches are facing. 98% of coaches are broke. 98 to 97% of coaches are broke. I've shared about it even in a previous podcast episode, and I'll link that episode up here. If you are listening, I don't know which exact episode it is, but it is where we speak about the whole, what does it say? The whole resignation. Just look, this whole resignation thing happening around or across industries. So just scroll down, you'll find the episode and where we tackle that and why most coaches are broke. So there's also an episode somewhere here. I'll post it up here. The truth about why most coaches are broke. So I will share that also with you up here if you are watching. So he's stuck in the same trap. The majority of this community is stuck in lead and sales. I guess it's only as frustrating as you want it to be, right? It is frustrating because you didn't start a business to not have clients. So and it's the truth. A lot of people are stuck in the problem of the lead and sales issue. And the biggest problem in the consulting space, coaching space, is that we have a lot of experts that are magnificent at what they do. But the biggest issue that they have is articulating what they do in a manner that makes sense to the buyer. Let's say, for example, you are a consulting firm and you work with enterprises, governments, and things like that. But the reality is that you get like these big contracts. But to get them, you have to go through the RFP process. I'm going to film a video about my thoughts with RFPs, requests for proposals, which I no longer do. If you request a proposal for me, I will never submit one because I don't do it. It's a policy that I have. I just don't do it at this point because it's a headache, and sometimes it actually most of the time never pans out. And the reason is because when you're submitting RFPs, you mainly being considered on three things only, which is price, features, and benefits. And because most of the time you're reduced to just that, the client will want more benefit and features compared to the price that they are willing to pay. So I will have a discussion on this at a much later date in the next couple of weeks. So the thing is that I have found is that people do not speak human. So let's think about it. You are targeting these big enterprises that you want to do business with. However, the language that you're speaking, and this is also prominent on LinkedIn, where you are chatting to somebody, you want to appear along professional, and you speak that like in the way Nigerians love to say, that correct grammar. So you're speaking that the Oxford Dictionary English, and that is the Oxford Dictionary English that you post on your website. Now, most of the time when you're pitching a government, let's say you're pitching IFCOM, obviously let's say you're an engineering company, you are pitching IFCOM. I'm giving you, these are This is in South Africa, so for those that are not in South Africa, because a huge chunk of my audience is not in South Africa, Eskom is it's a parastatal company, the electricity company of South Africa. So you're an engineering company or you're an IT company pitching Eskom. Now on the Eskom procurement team, you might have one or two experts that are engineers. Maybe if you're pitching an ERP package, I'm just giving an example of clients I've worked with. Now, you might have one ERP person in the procurement team, but not everybody on the procurement team will know all the jargons of ERP. And we all know that it's enterprises and big SMBs, medium-sized enterprises, not only one person makes the buying decision. Now, when you are using all this Oxford English in your bid, in your messaging, you are not speaking to other key individuals on the procurement team. And what happens is that you lose the deal. It is important to speak human. Use simple language. One of the tricks that I've taught our head of sales, and who's also a previous client of mine, because before she became the head of sales for my company, she was a client of mine. And one of the things when I would review a copy and she would send it to me, I'll ask her, can you read it to your 10-year-old son? If he understands what you say, then your messaging is clear. When you are writing marketing message, you need to write in a language that your 10-year-old child would understand, that the next child on the street, if they stopped you and asked you what you do, you could say it and they would understand. But that is not what most consultants and most coaches do. That is not what most copywriters do. And that ends up costing them business. So this was the insight I wanted to share. This video is, yeah, I know, whatever, because I forgot to charge my light because I have a rechargeable light. So whatever. But if you found this useful, you found it interesting, let me know in the comment if you have any questions. And if you have some questions that you would like my attention on, hit me up in the DMs on LinkedIn, on Instagram. I'm usually quite a lot more active on LinkedIn, so you're more likely to get me on LinkedIn. So hit me up and let me know like what you thought, what you think is your problem, and maybe I can give you a lot more resources that can help you. So on this note, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and check out this next video up here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.